I'm Guy from Seaking Boats North Queensland, and today's exciting because we've just landed the next of our Hunter 720s. This one I've nicknamed Black Betty for obvious reasons. We landed one about a month or so ago. Our Townsville local customer Carl was very keen to get it, so we didn't have a lot of time with it to do some specs. But we have this vessel for about a week before the owner comes in and collects it, so we can do a little bit more in-depth with the fuel stats and efficiency and everything like that. Our customer has chosen to put the 750 custom trailer on this, which is our top of the range trailer, which is suited especially for this boat and the 790. Comes complete with the 2 spare wheels in the checker plate holders, and we also fitted it with the Alco IQ7 electric over hydraulics. So it's dual axle, dual brake, stops on a dime. All the checker plate down the side, which makes launching the boat easier and safer as well if you have crocs like we do up here. The dry weight of this boat with nothing fitted is about 1.6, 1.7 tonne. So that's with a 6mm hull and 5mm sides. You'll see also we have a double reverse chine design, which we'll intend to get it out into some open water. It's fairly windy out at the moment, so in the next couple of days you should get some really good open water shots and see how it handles in the rough again. So come to the back of the boat and we'll show you what we fitted. So as you'll see, our customer has chosen the 300 horsepower V8 4.6 litre Mercury Pro XS version. So all of our boats now have an extended rating to 300 horsepower instead of the standard 250 horsepower. So we hope to get some really good fuel stats and do some different economy rates. We've currently fitted it with a 15 pitch, 15 diameter prop. So we intend to try a 16 as a comparison and give you some different fuel stats and just try and find the right prop for this boat. We've also fitted it 1 notch higher than our last boat that we did for Carl, so we'll see how that performs here today and see if it has any effect on the overall efficiency and speed of the boat. Fully decked out with our new 350 litre fuel tanks. We had Carl's boat weighed recently at 2.92 tonne, and at that time he had about 200 litres of fuel in it. So we're going to say about between 2.9 and 2.95 tonne for this boat, fully fitted and fully with everything in it. So just to give you a bit of a variance. But let's get this baby in the water and start this brand new motor up. Let's go. So if you've seen some of our videos, you'd be all too familiar with some of these designs, but I'm going to go over them again anyway. One of the enhancements that we've first started doing on these boats a couple of years ago was the enclosed rear transom. So we've made double drop down ladders, so you have access to the boat from both sides, which is great if you're fishing with family, having a swim, whatnot. Complete with rod holders, and it's basically the prime spot to fish. You've got access to the live bait tank here, drink holders and rod holders. This particular boat, we've also done double row rocket launchers, so it has the ability to hold about 25 fishing rods, which is more than enough. Obviously, as I said before, we fitted this one with the 300 horsepower V8 4.6 litre Pro XS Mercury, and at present we have a 15 pitch, 15 diameter prop on it, so we'll see what that stats gives us here today. Our other feature that's exclusive to Seaking Boats North Queensland is our fuselage. So we've redesigned the hull from the water level down to go from the standard 240 litres of fuel to now 350 litres of fuel. So again, live bait tank plumbed, drains to the back, and we have a secondary live bait tank here as well. Our new models, we're doing away with the bait tank as an option, extending the preparation area outwards, so we sort of don't waste this little bit of space here and we gain that space. Having a hard top with drain holes and a big drawer here which will house a gas stove of your choice, whether it be butane or gas. So you can pop it out, put it up here and have a fishing area during the day, cooking area for lunch and dinner. Downlights to come down to help you with the preparation. We have the drop down folding seat which holds 2 people, and also the transom cut out to a perfect spot to sit as well. So you can sit 4 people across the back. Obviously our extended roof design keeps your friends and family out of the sun and the elements during the day, especially on the long trips to and from the reef. So after a long day out fishing, you don't have your kids, friends and family out roasting in the sun just for that extra hour and a half. Now we've also found the Mercury are so much quieter than the Yamahas. The 300 horsepower V8 is the loudest in the Mercury range, and we can quite easily, while underway, have a conversation from one side to the other. So we'll demonstrate that when we do the open water test. Today we're just in the fresh water in Ross River just to do some prop tests, so we'll get you some stats and be on our way. Okay, so up in the cockpit, our customer for this particular vessel has opted for the Lowrance fit out. So we've got the Lowrance marine radio, a 12-inch sounder flush mounted in with the external antenna just to give us a better signal. For the first time we've also done a dash mounted throttle control system. So earlier when we have it down here, you find when you're in rough seas, because the Mercs have that digital electronic, it's very sensitive. So when you hit a wave and you have your hand on it, you often end up punching it a bit faster, and it's also a bit harder to monitor your trim in the rough weather as well. So up here you have a lot more control, it's a lot better. So I like that a lot. So we're going to just start with some fuel stats and just go up in about 200 RPM increments. So let's nice. Let's see how we go. So these vessels plane very easily. They don't get stuck down in the hole, so you don't need a lot of power to get them up and going. Get it up to 3200 RPM. Sit nicely on the plane there. So 3200 RPM, doing 28 kilometers per hour. Not quite sitting on top of the water. Using 22 litres of fuel. So I'll take it up to 34. There's 3400 RPM now, 34 kilometers per hour, burning about 23 litres of fuel per hour. So a very comfortable cruising speed there. We'll take it up to 36, a little touch. So 36 RPM. About 40 kilometers an hour. So there we are, sitting 40 kilometers per hour, using 28 litres of fuel per hour. So about 1.4 kilometers per litre, which is really good. The motor doesn't even know this boat's here. It's not working at all. Take it up to 38. At the end of our run here at Ross River, so we'll pull up and we'll start the next run at 3800 RPM. See how we go. RPM, about 45 kilometers an hour, using about 33 litres per hour. We'll take it up to 42. That's about 42.50, 50k an hour, and 37 litres per hour. A nice comfortable cruising speed there. 4600, doing 53, 52 kilometers per hour, earning about 45. And 59 kilometers per hour, 58, 59, using 53 litres. About 1.2 kilometers per litre. At 55 kilometers an hour we're doing now, 56, 57, 58, and 53 litres. So smooth water, we're hitting nearly 60 kilometers an hour at the 5,000 RPM range, using about 53 litres per hour, so really good stats there. We'll take it up and get it up to wide open throttle now. You'll see my beer hasn't even moved, nice and smooth. So wide open throttle, we're just hitting 70 kilometers an hour and reaching the target RPM for Mercury of 6100 revs, using about 93 litres per hour, so it drops down to about 0.8, 0.7 I guess. You very rarely do wide open throttle I guess, but getting anything with 1.3, 1.4 kilometers per litre on a 350 litre tank is going to give us a good 500, 550 kilometre range with this vessel, so it's absolutely superb. Considering our reefs are about 100, 120 k's out, allows you to go out for one, even 2 nights, do some hunting around and have plenty of fuel to get home in. So we're going to put the drone up and get the same shots at the same speeds and let you see how she looks. Okay, so here we go for a whole shot test, and you've got to hang on, trust me. You ready? Let's go. So wow, that whole shot test was something else. I've never experienced so much power. It was actually hard to hang on. It really throws you in the back of the seat. You've got to make sure if you do that, everything in the boat is put away because it just launches. It was amazing. So all in all, the 300 horsepower on this boat is an absolute success. From what I can tell, it's getting the same sort of fuel stats as what our 250 Yamaha did, but working at about 400 RPM less and achieving a higher top end speed and a higher cruising speed. So I don't think we need to put another prop on this. It's been tested before at 15 with our other black and white boat that we did a review on recently. We're getting that 6100 RPM, topping out at 70k an hour, and the fuel stats are amazing. So the Mercury just doesn't even know this boat's there. So absolutely thrilled. Love the dashboard mount. It gives you a lot more control, especially when we'll do the same test in a couple of days in the open water. You'll see what I mean. Just having more control here to play with your trim and everything as well without bumping the accelerator down when you hit a wave. So that's it for today, and we'll take next time you see us, we'll be out on the open water and hopefully about 20-25 knot wind.